welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you all how I got this very dramatic prom makeup look. It's been a minute since I filmed a makeup tutorial, but I really love the way that this makeup look turned out, and I think it's perfect for a prom occasion. If you're wearing a natural dress or a nude dress and you really want your makeup to stand out, I think this is the perfect eye look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before we get started, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let's get on with this makeup tutorial. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is primer lids, and we're using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. And using my Morphe E21 brush, I'm just going to go ahead and buff everything into its place. I love how this covers like all of my veins. Going in with my Dermablend loose powder, I'm going to use this to set my lids. This Dermablend powder really gives you that very smooth canvas. Going in with my Morphe Dare to Create palette. Going in with this orangey shade using my MAC 224 brush. I'm just going to start by buffing this into my crease very, very lightly. And as you can see, I start super, super light, and we're just going to work our way up to that very, very orangey crease. Holding the brush by the ends really allows the transition to be super seamless and smooth. Using my Morphe M518 brush, I'm going to be using this brick toned brown, and I'm just going to place that right below the orange shade. So I'm just blending this in there, and I'm just buffing out all of that. So next I'm going to use this dark purple tone, and I'm using my Morphe M513 brush. I really like the way this look turned out. It's like a sunset color, but it's also glam at the same time. So I just really love it. Like, I really love it. It's a perfect brush because it's really going to allow you to be super precise. I really can't talk and do my makeup at the same time. I'm trying, but I feel like it's super distracting. Alright, so once that's all blended out, it looks super crazy, which I love because you don't really know how it looks until the end. But once that's all blended out, we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. And I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind. To cut the crease, I'm using the Morphe M124 brush. Okay, so once you're confident with that outline, you're going to go ahead and set it. And I'm using the Dermablend powder again. And I'm first just going to set that concealer. Then after I set it, I'm going in with my chocolate bar palette, and I'm using this white chocolate shade right here, everywhere. Next, I'm going to go in with this plum purple color with my Morphe M431 brush. So I'm literally starting back here, and I'm just dragging it a little bit on the outer lower lash line, and then also upwards towards the crease, so it gives me that like gradient. So just blending all this back in there. After I go ahead and blend that outer corner, I'm going in with glitter, and I'm using the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade King Karma. So I'm going to start just dragging it. Look how beautiful this glitter is, my lord. From the bottom to the top. Think of it like a coloring, like you're coloring and you just want a specific section with glitter, even if it looks harsh, because we're going to go ahead and blend everything out. Using that purple light shade and my tapered brush, I'm just going to go ahead and like kind of just go across the edges so that it looks more seamless. Then going in with my Too Faced chocolate bar palette, I'm using the shade Marzipan, and so I feel like this is the perfect champagne glitter that's gonna like blend in. So I'm just placing that on the inner part of the eye to create that blend. Now the last part, of course, is to highlight the brow bone. So I'm using that same white chocolate shade, and I'm just gonna highlight the brow bone because, you know, we went a little crazy up here. So please tone it down a little. Then of course I'm just gonna blend this outer part out. Next thing we're doing is we're going in with lashes, and to be 100% honest, I don't know what lashes these are because I just kind of found them laying around. So I'm just going to pop them on. If I can find which ones they are, then they'll be linked down below. But they're super glam yet simple. I think we're good now with the eyes, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the face. So I'm first starting off with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer, and I'm going to use that to moisturize my skin. So I'm just going to place this all over my face. Make sure I get a nice light layer. For primer, I'm using the Hourglass Veil Primer, the mineral one. The Veil Mineral Primer. I feel like this look, ooh, this feels nice and silky. Okay, so wow, my skin feels nice. I love it. So once that's on, I'm going to go ahead and go in with foundation, and I am going to be using my Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. Yo, I packed this foundation on. It's not even a joke. Like, I'm like, who cares? You want that coverage, girl? Get that coverage, girl. I uploaded, you know, my natural glam for acne skin video. And I got this DM from someone super sweet that said that they love watching my videos because they like to see someone with their type of skin do makeup videos. And I was like, wow, that really touched me, because we can do it, y'all. Even if you have acne, even if you have troubled skin, don't let that stop you from loving makeup, playing with makeup. Like, you don't want to miss out on this art just because you feel like you don't have a good canvas. Work with what you got. For concealer, I'm going to be mixing two together. I know that's weird, but I'm mixing the Naked Urban Decay and then this Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination by It Cosmetics, because both of them together are going to give me that luminous look but also the coverage that I need. First, going to go in with the Naked Skin Concealer and then just a tiny bit of this on top. So I'm just going to blend that out with my Beauty Blender or my Real Technique sponge. See, my under eyes look super like covered and just lifted. And then, of course, to set my under eyes, I'm using my Dermablend Loose Translucent Powder. While that's baking, I'm using my Micro Smooth Sephora powder. This powder is crazy ridiculous. Like, my friend even told me she saw a difference in my skin when I put it on in my video, because it just really smooths out the skin even more. And this in combination with the HD is just like the perfect combination. So next I'm going in with bronzer, and I'm using the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. I'm going to be using the Taupeous Brown, which is right here in the center, and I'm going to use that to contour the cheeks with my Morphe M143 fan brush. For bronzer, I'm using my favorite bronzer, and this is the Bobbi Brown Stone Street bronzer, but let me just take off all this powder first. I'm just going to set it into the, but let me just take off all this powder first. I'm just going to set it into, so just like a light. I'm going in with one of the white bronzers, or one of the white powders here in this palette, and I'm just going to use it to just clean up this contour because it looks a little cray-cray. For highlighter, I'm using my BECCA highlighter in Opal. I forgot for a second which highlighter this one's, but so I'm just going to go ahead and place this on the tops of my cheeks. Oh, am I kidding, y'all? I can't get away from my sleek highlighter. So I'm going to use a sleek highlighting palette, and I'm using it in the shade Solstice to just put on top because that jump was a little dry, I'm not going to lie. But I think the combination of these two are nice. They're nice and champagne-y. Going back in with my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, I'm just going to grab a layer here and kind of just buff all this out so that it's nice and blended. For blush, I'm using this Tarte blush in Party. So I actually like putting my blush in between my highlight and my bronzer now. I used to always put it in the the apples of my cheeks, but sometimes it makes me look a little too rosy, so we're just going to put that all back there. And okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some black eyeliner on my lower lash line. This is literally an off-brand, like LA Color one. I don't know if it's going to last, but I would suggest the NYX one. NYX is really good. So for the lower lashes, I'm going to start off with that orangey shade that we use, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on the lower lash line. And then closer to the lash line, I'm just going to be using a dark brown. Now I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara on my top and lower lashes to make sure everything's nice and blended on there. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my sleek highlighting palette in Solstice, and I'm just going to use a very precise brush to give me an inner corner highlight. Like so. And then once that highlight's done, I'm going to go in with the lips. For lipstick, I'm using the ColourPop liquid lipstick in Times Square. So I'm just going to place that eyelet. Alright guys, so that's it for my makeup for prom. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Let me know of any video suggestions you have down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! So I'm going to be using the MAC. This isn't MAC. So then for bronzer. Ay. Get it sorted, my gosh. My lips are dry. Tart. I was going to say fart. And it's a wrap.